Dangerous Davis, the last detective. Dangerous because he isn't. The last detective because he's the last man they'd send out on anything important.
Slow, slow, quick,
slow.
No.
It's quick,
No,
slow.
it's not.
You know why I chew these things, Dave? It's because of the bellyache I get from the man upstairs.
Your point being, keep you informed, Governor.
No breakfast again, Mr. Davis.
Bit of a rush, Mrs. Fuljames.
A bowl of my homemade muesli and you'd approach the day in quite a different frame of mind.
He's going to have enough trouble with me on his case. He doesn't want you two buggering up his home life.
He's already buggered up his own life.
Oh, and you think that's funny, do you, Darren? You think that is funny?
Hey,
Didn't you get my message?
what message?
I left a message asking you to make it tomorrow.
They still giving you a hard time?
Yeah, survive.
The last detective, that's what you are, Dangerous. The last detective I'll ever think of. Unless it's the crap jobs. Then you'll be the first.
Bravo receiving.
Yes, Jenny.
There's been an attempted robbery at the job centre in the High Street. DS Pimlock wants you there ASAP.
Right. The job centre? What's it all about then, Sarge? Some loon dashes in with a shotgun, gets everyone down on their hands and knees and demand they open the safe. When they say we haven't got a safe, he says, of course you have, you're a building society. And when they put him straight, he says, bollocks, blows a hole in the ceiling and legs it.
Your skivvy, you know.
Have a word with the manager, will you, Dangerous? I think he might have something interesting.
Right. I understand you might have something interesting for me, sir.
Yes. I can offer you a trainee position at W.H. Smith Do-It-All or assistant manager at the Legs 11 Sauna and Massage Centre. Just a bit of a joke, officer.
Yes, sir. Just a bit of a joke.
The Legs 11 sauna massage parlour. I don't think I know it.
It's only been open about a week. Used to be the Jews for Jesus bookshop.
Mine, juice sauna massage. Plenty of tips, I'd imagine.
I knew it was a mistake bearing my soul to a black-hearted cynic like you.
You see, if you don't tell me what it's about...
I want to see a detective.
Yes, madam, so you keep saying.
Plain clothes, and I'm not moving till I have. If you want something done, don't deal with uniform. My hubby told me that. He was on the buses, you know. 25 years he worked. 3 months after he retires, he's dead. I took him a cup of tea in bed. 10 minutes later, I went back. Tea was stone cold, and so was he.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Miss Lloyd. Would you like to come through?
Thank you.
Yes?
Miss Lloyd, sir.
Come in, Miss Lloyd. Take a seat.
Ah, just the man. Mrs. Grant, she'll only speak to a detective.
Is he a detective?
Oh, yes, he's a detective, all right. Wilson's finest.
Detective Constable Davis. How can I help you, madam?
I want to report a murder.
You see, I can't just knock on his door and say, excuse me, sir, but your next-door neighbour thinks you've murdered your missus. I've got to have a bit more to go on.
But I'm telling you, I haven't seen her for weeks.
Even so.
All right, then. What about the lavatory?
What about the lavatory?
That's what I mean. It never stops flashing. Day and night, flash, flash, flash. Goes right through my head. Those walls are like paper.
You're not suggesting he's chopped her up and flushed her down the lavatory?
Well, you read about these things, don't you? Besides, he's, you know...
He's what?
You know.
No, sorry. Right. Right. Well, what I'll do is make some discreet inquiries. How's that?
You let me know, will you?
I'll let you know, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you know who you remind me of when you smile?
Who's that?
My sister's boy, Bernard.
Oh.
He's a really nice boy. Bit slow. But a really nice boy.
We've had little, if any, forensic. The descriptions of the men you gave us are, well, let's face it, minimal. And we're still waiting for those photographs you said you...
What you're saying is you're no further forward than you were 4 weeks ago. That is what you're saying, isn't it?
Miss Lloyd, I know what it must look like from your side of the desk, and I'm not making excuses here, but you have to know that at the time of your robbery, this department was more than fully stretched. We had a child abduction, a serious rape, 2 of my officers on secondment to Wembley, etc., etc. My tray of grief was up to here, and quite frankly, still is.
I'm really not concerned with your problems, Inspector. We all know your problems. I'm concerned with your attitude. Since that night, you've made no contact with me, given me no information, no feedback, and not the slightest hint of courtesy. Perhaps that's the way it is in today's police service. Well, it's not good enough. Unless I get some sort of action from you, I shall be placing the matter in the hands of a solicitor. Thank you for your time.
Miss Lloyd.
I really have to get on with my life now, if you don't mind.
I'll have one of my officers drive you home.
There's no need for that. Thank you.
Sergeant. Then perhaps he can collect those photographs you said you'd bring in? Yeah?
How's the diet going?
Monday. My new life starts Monday.
I'll have a lot, I think, May. I'm starving. I think it was that easy, eh? New life Monday. Davis, Governor wants you to take someone home. She's waiting in the front. What about your uniform? Nothing available. Oh, come on, Sarge. I'm on a break. Miss Lloyd, 2 L's, 1 pain in the arse. Oh, and he wants you to be especially nice to her. She's given us some aggravation. Still, you're good at that, eh? Being nice to people. Better make it Tuesday.
Anywhere here will do.
Yeah?
Fine. Thank you. And you can tell your inspector that a free ride home really isn't going to get me off his back. Sorry.
Hey, I hear you got yourself another murder.
Could be, Darren, could be.
You like your little old ladies, don't you, Dangerous?
Mr. Sunshine, they call me.
Little old ladies and dogs, eh?
Where's Pimlock?
I don't know, Gov. I've just come in.
Did she give me the photographs?
Who?
Miss Lloyd.
No?
No.
What photographs are these?
She said she had some photographs of some of the gear that was nicked. She was supposed to give them to you when you took her home.
No, Gov, sorry.
You mean she forgot?
Looks like it.
And the silly cow's got the cheek to complain about us. About me. Complain about me. Can you credit that, Davis? Somebody complaining about me.
As you say, Gov, it's hard to credit.
You know what I say?
I don't know, Gov. Probably something beginning with bollocks.
Don't get too clever, Constable. You've got a lot of ground to make up.
Who is it?
Miss Lloyd?
Yes?
DC Davis, you've got some photographs for us.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't recommend it, no. 335? Yes, it is. Yes. But then Yes. Well, why don't I bring you some samples over and then we can, you'll see what I mean. All right, thanks. Bye. Sorry about that. Business. These are they, for all the good it will do. Do you want an envelope or something?
No, this will be fine.
As I say, for all the good it will do.
I'll make sure they're circulated as soon as possible.
I really would rather you used an envelope. I've had enough of my property damage, thank you. Here.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Yes, I'm sure. You think I'm a pain, don't you?
Miss Lloyd.
Just another neurotic woman. Have you any idea what it's like to have a couple of thugs break into your own home? Have one of them terrify you while the other one trashes the place and takes everything he can just to feed his filthy habit? Have you any idea what it does to you?
No. No, I haven't.
4 weeks, and you've done nothing.
I'm sure that isn't the case.
What? What then?
Thank you for the photographs. We'll be in touch. Goodbye.
Look, I'm sorry. The truth is, I'm still angry at the condescending way your inspector spoke to me, and I'm taking it out on you, and you're not even one of the, what do you call them, investigating officers. It's unfair of me, and I'm sorry.
I have had a better 10 minutes, I must say.
Yes.
But not today, I must admit.
One of those, is it?
One of those.
Why didn't I stay in bed?
That's the one.
I'd like to go now. I have things to do.
Have you spoken to him?
Not yet.
He went out of here late last night with 2 great bags.
Bags?
Them big black plastic bags. 11 o'clock last night. And again this morning.
Right.
You a copper?
What makes you think that?
Got to be. Either a copper or the council.
Copper.
Do you want to know the solution to all this crime?
Be handy, I must say.
They've got no respect for other people's property, right? Why should we have respect for theirs?
Oh. Well, now.
What's their most precious possession? What's any man's most precious possession? Right? So castrate the buggers. Like murder. If life means so little, you can take it away when you feel like it. What makes yours any different? Have a nice day.
Thank you. And thanks for the advice.
No problem. Copper.
I was hoping not to be disturbed.
You've always been disturbed. What's this then?
Learn to drive.
Why?
Because I've been offered a position as a service executive in the mobile catering industry.
Right. Right. All the things you know and you've never learned to drive.
Before motor cars, people had a lot more time for each other.
That looks good. He's very good with liver. Now I better get back. Mrs. Fulljames gets very disappointed if I don't have one of her somethings on a bed of rice.
A disappointed woman is a woman on the balls of her feet, leaning ever so slightly forward.
What does that mean? Anyway, what do you know about women?
I know that there's them and there's us, and the rest is a matter of damage limitation.
Oh, well, better get back to the digs. Don't want Mrs. F standing on the balls of her feet all night. You having a pudding?
Apple and blackberry crumble, custard, and a dab of ice cream. And a couple of pints, I shouldn't wonder.
Stylistically, he was very reminiscent of the young Al Martino, whilst I myself was more along the lines of your Dorothy Squires. Do excuse me. Is that you, Mr. Davis?
Oh, Mrs. Full James. Good evening.
It was chicken Kiev tonight,
Sorry.
served on a bed of rice with a hint of coriander. Mr. Ben Yosef wants to take the recipe back with him, don't you, Mr. Ben Yosef?
David Buckham. Hello.
Hello.
I was going to phone you.
Oh,
I thought you'd like to know the photographs you gave me are already being circulated.
thank you.
Anyway, just thought you'd like to know.
Have you time for a coffee?
Sure.
There was a knock. I thought it was someone from downstairs. The front door's always kept locked. God knows how they got in. I dread to think. I answered it, and before I had a chance to react, I was being hurled back into the room, forced face down to the floor, with this madman holding me down, bending my arms back, screaming at me not to move or he'd kill me. I thought someone must hear. Someone must do something. But nothing. It seemed to go on for hours, and all the time I was lying there with him, forcing my face against the floor. I could scarcely breathe. I was terrified. And then they were gone. When I realized I'd just lay there, and then I started screaming, and I couldn't stop. I ran out into the street and someone called the police. It took half an hour for them to arrive. Asking questions, taking fingerprints. Could I describe them? Well, no, I couldn't. Not really. Not a description. My God, I'm shaking like a leaf and they expect me to sit down and... Anyway, an hour later, I was on my own again. No one thinking to ask if there was anyone who could stay with me. The place left like a tip. Fingerprint powder everywhere. On my own. The last thing he said to me, your sergeant, Pimlott, was it?
Pimlott, yeah.
Last thing he said to me was, Don't worry, love, we'll get the bastards.
We'll get the bastards.
I never heard another word. I phoned. I tried to speak to him to find out what was happening. They said he was out and he'd call me back. He never did. No information, no care, no courtesy. Seems to me that should be part of your job. Knowing and understanding what it feels like to be a victim. How useless it makes you feel. How angry. There, that'll teach you to speak to strange women in the high street. I'm going to embarrass you now, I know I am. But you're a good listener. You should tell your colleagues what a difference it makes. It really does.
I'm just going to get myself a sandwich to take back and this... This Lloyd woman.
What about her?
How far'd you go with the house to house?
What's this in dangerous? Checking up on us?
Just wanting to know how far you went, that's all.
And why is that?
Because she's got it into her head.
We knocked on doors. Those that were answered gave us sweet FA. No, we didn't go back the next day, because if you remember, we was pulled over to that blagging in Wembley. You want to give your legs a treat, you go and knock on some doors. Me? I'm going to have a sausage sandwich.
Been flashing her eyes at you, has she, Miss Lloyd?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for flashing eyes.
Well, what did she give us? Nothing. So what we got? A couple of amateurs, a couple of smackheads. Get lucky, we get lucky. That's about the size of it, and you know it, right?
Yeah. Right. Mr. Jones?
You've missed him again.
Any idea where he goes?
Oh, it's Thursday, isn't it?
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday he gets his hair cut. That place on the corner where they do them dreadnoughts.
Evan Jones. I don't think so, Mrs. Grant. He showed me a couple of letters and some photographs. She's definitely with her sister in Jamaica.
What about the lavatory?
He's got an upset stomach. He showed me his pills.
Imodium, was it?
I think it was, yeah.
Oh, I have trouble the other way.
Oh.
Funny, really. I was quite regular when me hubby was alive.
And the bags you saw him taking out had some old clothes in. He was given to a friend of his who's fallen on hard times. Well, not that hard, it seems, because he turned them down, so chummy next door binned them.
Yeah, you didn't, you know.
I didn't say it came from you, no.
Oh, he's very nice, really. They both are. I suppose I ought to be ashamed of myself.
You did exactly the right thing. I wish more people were like you.
Would you like a cup of tea before you go?
No, thanks, son.
Go on, have a cup of tea before you go.
Yeah, it'd be very nice.
A cup of tea and a nice biscuit.
Lovely.
What's it? What's that? Thank you.
Yeah, do you remember my saying you look like my sister's boy?
I do, yeah.
Well, I've got a picture of him here. You can see for yourself.
Oh, right.
There you are. Spitting image, give or take a.
Oh, yeah.
That's his mother, my sister.
Hmm?
Rosemary.
Uh-huh.
Funny girl. Makes out she's deaf. No more deaf than what I am.
Right.
Mind you, her eyes aren't up to much. Any old now. You have a nice look while I go and do the tea.
Nothing like him.
All right?
All right.
All sorted.
What's that, Darren?
Your little old lady.
Which my little old lady? I've got so many.
Your little old lady murder.
Oh, that one. Yeah, all sorted. I did what you suggested, beat your attraction out of her.
You sure do walk some mean streets.
Why I'm in the job. How about you, Darren? Why are you in the job?
Governor wants to see you. He's over in his other office.
Gov?
Have a drink.
No, that's all right, Gov.
Have a drink.
A beer, then. Small beer.
Hut. Small beer for my friend here, please.
You wanted to see me?
I always want to see you, Davies. You light up my life. Miss Lloyd, I want to talk to you about Miss Lloyd.
Oh.
Oh. I had a very nice phone call from her this afternoon. Well, when I say nice, she was very nice about you. You really impressed her. Promised her all sorts of things, I understand.
I didn't promise her anything.
You mean you didn't say you would personally look into her case?
Oh, come on, Gov.
What do you mean she's making it up? Why would she make it up?
If you think for 1 minute I gave her the impression that you've been...
No, I do not think that. Not even you, Davis, and even if I did. No. What I think is that Miss Lloyd is a very difficult lady. And if and when we catch the two rascals that turned her over, then I shall have to explain to them very firmly just how miserable they've made me by bringing her into my life. However, there is a ray of sunshine. Miss Lloyd has requested that you be assigned to her case. I said, with my hand on my heart, that nothing will give me greater pleasure.
Right.
I gave you a mobile number. Don't keep it in your trouser pocket. I should imagine by the end of the week it'll be red hot.
Is that it?
That is it.
Thanks for the beer.
You know, when I first came into this job, 19 years old, I'm on the beat, night duty. I'm just minding my own business, having a quiet smoke. When all of a sudden, wallop, there's this great big crash. I run round the corner and I see this big delivery truck which has run out of control and hit this little car with just this one woman in it. Well, she's lying there, blood pumping out the top of her thigh. I thought to myself, I've got to stop this or she's dead. So, I up with her skirt, I apply pressure with both hands, as per the book, and I yell for somebody to get the ambulance. I got a commendation for that. I did, indeed, save her life. And there was a bit about it in the local paper. My old mum said to me, what did you do exactly? And when I told her, when I showed her, up with a skirt, hands on, she slapped me round the face and she said to me, if that is the kind of thing that is expected of your job, then you can get out of it straight away. No ice, thank you.
That's what I should have got instead of you. Ask me a question. See how much I remember.
Name the one place you was never, ever leave an unattended vehicle.
Liverpool. What are you up to? Come on.
Was he all right?
He chased after a cat.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Well, not chased exactly, but his ears pricked up. Well, one of them. Said you had a problem. When did this happen?
Day before yesterday.
What did he do?
I'm not sure. I think he must have leant against it when he was digging for his bone. Tony next door propped it up for me, but obviously I'll have to get it done properly.
And you're expecting me to pay for it?
Best quote I've had is 500, and that's cash.
500 quid?
It is your responsibility.
Do you reckon that?
Maintenance of the property, it's what we agreed.
Until it's all settled properly, yes.
Well, settled properly or not, that's what we agreed, and I'd like it done, thank you.
I haven't got 500 quid.
Well, don't tell me, tell him next door. And if that stupid dog gets into their garden, you'll be looking at a lot more than 500 quid, I can tell you.
I'll do it myself.
You what?
I'll measure it up, get the stuff delivered, do it myself.
Right. Right.
Davis.
Who is it? Bloke who did the job centre.
What about the shotgun?
We got it. It was in the boot of his car.
Right.
Right.
Well?
Go on, then.
Go on what?
Have the door down.
Why me?
Because you went on the course.
Mr. Davis.
Good evening, Mrs. Full-James.
I won't mention your nose.
Thank you.
Actually, I nearly telephoned you today.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Full-James. What was that?
I was being followed.
Oh.
All the way along the High Street and up Gilchrist Avenue.
You weren't attacked or anything?
No, just followed. I thought you should know there was someone of that nature in the area.
I'm afraid it isn't exactly uncommon, Mrs. Full-James, but unless actual contact was made.
Oh, yes, I do appreciate that.
Not that it makes it any the less upsetting for you.
Upsetting? Yes. Because I have to tell you that I get followed quite a lot. Mostly by men half my age. The thing is, I look very good from behind. It's when they overtake and look back and see that I'm, well, old enough to be their mother.
Davis?
Tricia Lloyd, I hope it's not too late for you.
No, not at all.
I just wanted to tell you that if you need to speak to me at all, I'll be working at my nursery. I'll be there all week.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
No, not at all.
Barrett tells me you're redoing the house to house.
Yeah.
And that's all right, is it?
How do you mean?
You find something more grist to her mill. You do appreciate that, do you, Dangerous?
I'm just double-checking, that's all.
Not that you will find anything, eh?
Morning.
What's this?
You know, coppers always sticking their nose in where it's not needed. This is what you do, is it?
Gardens, yes.
Don't by any chance do fences, do you?
Sorry?
No, just, listen. I've been looking into everything, and I have to tell you that unless something new turns up, there's really not much more we can do. I'm sorry, but 9 times out of 10 with something like this, we really have to get lucky.
Are you saying you're closing your inquiries?
I'm saying we've done all we can. There just isn't any more for us to go on.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm sure you are.
If we get any sort of break, I'll let you know.
Yes, thanks.
There is one thing. I think there's a chance they got in because the man who lives downstairs from you left the main door open.
Really?
People of his age.
Yes, I know what happens with people of his age, thanks.
Perhaps you might like to have a word.
Isn't that what they call closing the stable door?
Anyway, won't do any harm.
No, I'm sure you're absolutely right. Thanks.
I said not over there! But you never listen to any... I'll do it myself. No, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Why can't I rely on you to do anything without me? What is your problem?
I think it might be cheaper to get someone else to do it.
500 quid?
What's 500 quid? You could be dead tomorrow.
You're not going to start all that in the mid-sun life stuff, are you? I've had a long day.
Do you know what Robbie Louis Stevenson was doing the day he dropped dead in Samoa? Do you know?
Is that the Robert Louis Stevenson who wrote Treasure Island or the Robert Louis Stevenson who kept the wet fish shop on Boundary Lane?
Making mayonnaise.
Just think, if he'd had an electric blender, he might have been alive today. Davis? I don't know at all, Miss Lloyd. How can I help you?
Hello?
DC Davis.
Hi.
Come through. I'm running rather late, I'm afraid. Do forgive me.
Not at all.
Truth is, I was so tired I fell asleep in the bath.
Never quite managed it myself. But like falling asleep in a car when someone else is driving.
Oh, that I love. Falling asleep and there you are, home. One of the joys.
Must be a lot more trusting than I am.
If you could bear with me for just 1 second. Pour yourself a glass of wine. Yes, I think I am rather trusting, which is so often a mistake, isn't it? There, how sad is that? Okay, here I am. Sit down, for goodness sake. Are you not going to have any?
Thanks. Just
I suppose you have to be doubly careful being a policeman.
when I remember.
But then I imagine policemen always do remember that they're policemen.
The odd lapse has been known.
What did happen to your nose?
Oh, this and that.
You don't want to say.
Not very proud of it. Miss Lloyd, you said something had happened.
Yes. I've seen one of the men who attacked me.
When?
This afternoon.
Where?
I was at the station collecting something. I saw him on the platform.
You said you couldn't give a description of the man.
Not a proper one, I know. But there was something about him. I just knew it was him. The one who held me down. I called out to him, I don't know what, something to make him turn round. Stupid of me, really. And when he did, when he looked at me directly, I felt this coldness come over me and I just knew it was him.
You saying he saw you? Recognized you?
I don't think so, no. He just automatically turned round when someone shouted.
Might be an idea if you came in and looked at some photographs.
Yes, they suggested that before, but at the time I was, as I said.
I'll phone you and fix something.
Whenever.
Good. We might even get lucky. Who knows?
You haven't finished your wine. Finish your wine, please.
I really have to go.
Listen, I'm having a few people over next Sunday for a barbecue sort of thing. I wonder if you'd like to join us. You and your wife, partner, whatever.
Yes, that would be...
Unless it's verboten to mix business with...
No. Well, unless it's construed as trying to influence the course of our inquiries.
Oh, is that how it's done? With a char-grilled sausage?
Usually it's a tin of fancy biscuits.
1 o'clock-ish, then? With your wife?
My wife, yes. Well... Good night.
Good night. Oh, I've got a little present for you. I couldn't help noticing the inside of your car smelt rather doggy.
Yes, I've got a dog.
This stuff's really good.
Thank you.
And do try to come on Sunday. I want to introduce you to my new bloke. I can't believe I've met a decent policeman. No.
Thanks for looking anyway.
Do you think watching the station, I mean, I know it's a long shot, but there's a chance, I suppose.
I'll see what I can do. Oh, about Sunday. I'm very sorry, but we won't be able to make it. My wife's already arranged something. Family do. We can't get out of it, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, some other time.
Yeah.
Are you sure they're long enough? Oh, hang on. That's in complete violation of the highway code. This whole area's built on clay, you know.
Is it really?
Oh, yes. Solid clay. The thing to do, according to an old navvy friend of mine, is to dip your spade in a bucket of water. That way, it slices through like butter.
Does it really?
Oh, yes.
Show me. Thanks. Look, I want to say something.
Say it then.
That's exactly what I mean.
What is?
I don't know where I am with you. 1 minute we're...
Oh, don't say civilised, please.
1 minute everything's okay, and the
It
next...
just gets on my nerves, okay? You popping in and out all the time. You don't know where you are.
It's what we agreed, Julie.
Well, maybe it's not a good idea, because do you know what I think? I think you come round here to check up on me.
Check up on you what?
Oh, you know perfectly well what.
No, I don't. Tell me.
Well, where I go, who I see.
Rubbish.
God, can't you ever stop being a copper? It's not even as if you're a very good one.
10 minutes, we'll be gone. Right, that's enough for the day. I'll do that. You start tidying up. Maybe she's right. Maybe I'm just checking up on her.
Women are always right, whether they are or not.
I mean, these blokes she's seeing, what's she doing? What's she trying to prove? For Christ's sake, all she's doing is making herself look... I don't know. I just thought... I don't know what I just thought. I mean, what's the point? Who am I kidding?
That's the real question. Who are you kidding?
Tell me what that chemistry teacher said to you again. When you nearly got engaged to.
She said, I loved you like mad, and now I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I'm going to drop you off, then meet you back at the pub.
Why would you do that?
Like we're being followed. No, don't turn around. I'll drop you off, then do a left, so you can tell me what happens.
Why would anyone follow us?
Go on, I'll buy you a pint. Go on, then.
Woman driving a white van. Got the number, etc.
Thanks, I don't need it.
Aren't you going to tell me?
Tell you what?
What's going on?
Do you know, Maud, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have to sit on it to find out.
Sorry to butt in. You probably won't remember me, Mr. Davis. Hicks. Mr. Hicks. You dealt with my youngest boy when he had all that motorbike trouble.
Of course I remember you, Mr. Hicks. What was it? Taken and driving away, 38 charges, 6 months suspended.
That's him. Well, I'd like to buy you and your friend here a pint by way of saying thank you for being so fair to him.
That's very civil of you. 2 pints of ordinary.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be exaggerating if I was to say that you have changed that boy's life.
I'm really pleased, Mr. Hicks. Thanks for telling me.
No, straight up. I mean, that talk you had with him about, well, taking an interest in things, joining something, finding the real him, it really done the trick. He's joined the British National Party, and he's doing so well, he's already been appointed a designated steward. They've got a rally next week, so chances are you'll be seeing him on the television. 2 pints of ordinary.
About 4 weeks ago, you were called to Printon Lane, Miss Lloyd.
First one there, right.
I've been looking at your notes.
Have we got a problem?
No, just, tell me about this James Brady.
Oh, the bloke,
Yeah.
Well, I get there, and she's not surprisingly, she's almost hysterical, all over the place. And then just like that, she's absolutely calm, telling me she knows who did it, this James Brady. Now, according to her, he's got a grudge against her, he's a right bastard, and this is just the sort of thing he'd set up to pay her back.
You're talking true love gone pear-shaped, Tommy.
Reading between the lines, yeah. When DS Pimlock arrives, I pass it on. She changes her story completely. According to her, I'm a complete idiot who got hold of the wrong end of the stick. When I put my full penneth in, she goes ballistic. How dare I this, how dare I that. Talk about sisters under the skin. We couldn't get out of that place quick enough, I don't mind telling you. And yeah, it was a very busy night, and yeah, I felt sorry for her, but enough was enough. Do you know what I'm saying?
Did you get an address or anything for him, Miss Brady?
I think she said he was a dentist living over the other side somewhere. St Albans. That's it, St Albans.
I thought the case was closed.
So did I.
So why are you offering to eyeball the bloody station?
I didn't offer, she asked.
Oh, did she? Did she really?
So what do you think, then?
I'll tell you what I think, Davis. I think it's a waste of time. But it's a waste of your time, which isn't quite so bad. So if it keeps her happy and off my back, do it. But just the once, right?
Later on, when DS Pimlock asked you about Mr. Brady.
I told him he'd either misunderstood or I was talking nonsense. As I said, I was very confused. Mr. Brady and I, until recently, were an item. Found he'd been cheating on me, so I threw him out. There. All solved.
But why would you think...
I told you I was confused. Look, do you mind? I really don't like talking about Mr. Brady. Mr. Brady has been exorcised, and quite frankly, I don't like your tone.
Slide, I'm simply asking...
No, you're not. You're not simply asking. You're putting me in the dock. Well, let me remind you, I'm the victim, not the bloody criminal.
I'm sorry if you misunderstood.
No, you're not. You're not sorry, and I did not misunderstand. I think we've wasted enough time here, don't you? As I said, Mr. Brady was a cheat and a liar, but then lying seems to be part and parcel of the masculine psyche. Rather like not quite growing up. Not that you'd lie, of course, being a policeman.
know what it is.
What's that?
There's something different about this car, and I've just worked out what it is. I can't smell the dog.
No, I got one of those aerosol things.
What brought that on?
It's a career move, really. Thought it might attract a better class of criminal. I don't know how confusing it all gets. I mean, don't think I don't, you know, but somehow it all gets, I don't know. I guess it's trying to do things right and somehow getting most of it wrong. Being us inevitably getting most of it wrong, I suppose.
I just think we need to sort ourselves out. I don't know, try counselling or something.
Or a kick up the pants.
Or kick up the pants. Did that woman phone you?
What woman?
After you left the other night, some woman phoned for you.
Phone for me?
I thought it was a bit strange, actually.
How do you mean, strange?
Well, no, not strange. It was her tone of voice, I suppose. She asked if I was Mrs. Davis and were you there, and I said no. She said, when would you be back? And I said you wouldn't be. And she said not to concern myself. She'd phone you at your office and rang straight off.
Did she give her name?
No, she didn't. I presumed it was something to do with work.
Yeah, it would have been.
Not a girlfriend, then?
No, not a girlfriend. Well, not the girlfriend.
Thanks for the lift.
Julie, if this woman calls you again, put the phone down and just ring me, okay? Just ring me.
Okay.
But to be perfectly honest, I haven't seen him all day. He's been out and about on a suspicious death. Yes, I appreciate that, Miss Lloyd. I'll get him to phone you as soon as he comes in. Absolutely. And if there's... I've just been speaking to Miss Lloyd. Third time she's phoned today.
Yeah, I see.
You haven't been answering your mobile.
Not to her, I haven't, no. What does she want, did she say?
Wants to speak to you personally, so she's got some more information.
I'm a bit concerned about her information. A bit concerned about her as it happens.
Well, I said you ring as soon as you got in, so up to you. I know what I'd do.
Correct.
What do you mean, correct? You haven't asked me anything yet.
Yeah, well, saves time.
Right, eyesight. Ask me the number of a car.
What is the number of a car?
You know what I mean.
All right, that one.
Which one?
The grey one.
All cars look grey at night.
The one under the lamppost.
What lamppost?
Near enough.
Excuse me. Oh, can you tell me, is it past yet?
22.
Oh, thanks so much.
Well, that's it, you see?
That's what?
That's what I've been trying to explain to you.
What is?
Women, you just never know what they're going to come up with next.
What you're saying is the next middleweight champion of the world could be somebody's mother.
I am. Oh, yes. They have got what it takes. courage and stamina, which means they never give up. Never.
Why are you lying to me? Why are you lying to me?
What are you doing here?
3 times I telephoned your office and I know you were there. I saw you there.
You what?
Who the hell do you think you are, ignoring me?
No
I
one-
saw him again. That's why I wanted to speak to you. But what the hell do you care?
Miss Lloyd, I'm
You're
not
a liar.
standing
Do you
here.
know that? You're a liar. You even lied to me about your wife. What do you think I am? Do you think I want your body? Is that what you think? My God, you're pathetic. You know
I'll
that.
talk to you in the morning.
Don't you dare turn your back on me.
Good night, Miss Lloyd.
I'm warning you. Don't turn your back on me.
Good night, Mrs. Full-James.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Miss Lloyd, you've got to understand.
I know. I was totally wrong, and all I can say is yesterday was a terrible day for me. My mother was taken ill, and I lost a really important job, and I don't know, everything. And I just sort of, I don't know, I just lost it. Please say you understand.
Of course, I understand.
Promise.
Promise.
I brought you a little present. Please take it.
You know what's happened, don't you? It's fallen for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a classic case. Happens to everyone.
Not to me, it doesn't.
Psychiatrists, dentists, doctors. Happens to them all. Happened to me once.
What did?
This woman, obsessed by me she was. Kept on buying me clothes, giving me money, following me around everywhere. It was driving me mad. I couldn't stand it.
Did you tell the police?
Oh, it takes a hard man to turn in his own mother dangerous.
You're not taking this seriously, are you?
Your socks are dry.
DC Davis, Willesden North. Morning. Yeah. I'd like a registry search, please, on Tricia Lloyd, 37 Printon Lane, Willesden. Tricia, yeah. Patricia, Pat, whatever. Thank you. Hello, yeah, I'd like a number, please, for Brady, B-R-A-D-Y, James Brady, St. Albans. Sorry, that's all I've got. Thank you. Oh, right. Are any of them listed as a dentist? That's him, yeah. Thank you. Hang on. Hello, yeah. Lloyd, yeah, that's her. Could you send the file over ASAP? Thank you.
your stuff.
We were living together a couple of years ago. Started off great. I mean, we really got on together. And then for no reason at all, and I mean no reason at all, she starts getting jealous. I'm crazy jealous. She had to know exactly what I was doing every hour of the day. And next thing I know, she's following me around. It's like living with two people. I mean, 1 minute it's fine, the next it's a bloody nightmare. There's no reasoning with her. Once she sinks her teeth in, it's fasten your safety belts. Well, it took it so long, then I bailed out. About 6 months later, I met my wife, Jen, and we moved in together. That's when it really started. Abusive phone calls, poison pen letters, damage to the property, following us around in the streets. And when it got so bad, I went to the local police who had her in, and they come back to me with, listen, mate, we know and you know, but we can't prove it, so there's nothing we can do about it. So we moved. Came here, we had to. And Jen was at her wit's end. Then about 4 months ago, it starts up again. Phone calls, letters, and... well, I blew it. I drove out there, I grabbed hold of her, and I said, if you don't leave us alone, if you don't leave me and my wife alone, I will kill you. Yeah, well, I'm not very proud of it, but it seems to have done the trick. Or at least I thought it had. Now she's saying I robbed her, eh?
As I said, your name came up. Now I know why.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'd expect of her. I tell you, she never lets go. She's mad.
Yeah, of course. Right. You're expecting a file from registry?
Yeah. Thanks. Go.
What am I doing here? What precisely is keeping me here? Why don't I go and live a life of laughter and gaiety in the sun? I might just do that, Davies. I might just do that.
Well, before you do, Gov, can I have a quick word? I did a club search, nothing showed up, so I did a registry and found this. She's got a history, every bloke she's ever set up with.
What's this?
First time round, there was a psychiatric report.
This is a woman plagued by rejection. Indeed, she seems to have suffered, or believes she has suffered, rejection, particularly by men, all her life. And then you come along, all nice to him for 5 minutes, she's all happy again. Like the man says, she's a nutcase, a bunny boiler, and not your problem. Get rid of it now before it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
As soon as we get back on the blow.
I think it might come better if I went to see her.
Well, yeah, probably right. But lay it on the line. Tell her we're dealing with her case, but there are some jobs we don't always expect to get a result on. Any more interference from her, and we would do her for wasting police time. On second thoughts, tell Pimlott I want him to go with you.
Gov.
Tell him I want this thing knocked on the head.
Look at these wipers. Bloody thing was only serviced last week. Yeah. She's there. You sure you don't want me to come along and hold your hand? Knock it off, eh? Well, you know where I am if you want me. I need to speak to you, Miss Lloyd.
Oh, you need to speak to me, do you?
It's important.
Yes, well, it'll have to wait. As you see, I'm on my own, having been let down yet again.
Miss Lloyd, I need to talk to you now!
Don't start that, babe. You're doing my head in. Look, I can't talk now.
I don't think you did see this man.
What?
I I don't think you saw him.
Why should I say I did if I didn't?
I don't know, Miss Lloyd. You tell me.
You bastard!
I didn't say that. Why do you twist things all the time? You do, you twist things.
Frankly, I've had enough of running up and
How
down.
dare you! How bloody dare you!
If and when I've got something to tell you, I'll tell you. Until then, please don't waste any more of my time.
Don't go! Please, look! I was wrong!
Yeah.
I've got so much on my mind! There's no one I can turn to!
You need help, Miss Lloyd, but not from me. I'm sorry. All done, Dangerous. Let's get away from here, for Christ's sake. Oh, get in the car. Shit. Get in the car and leave it to me. Davis. Ambulance! Get a bloody ambulance!
He's gonna be all right. Go and wash your hands.
Yeah.
Go on, wash your hands and I'll buy you a pint.
Good?
Yeah, good. You've tired yourself out.
That's the idea.
It wasn't your fault, you know.
No? Well, maybe.
Do you fancy pizza?
Pizza?
There's a new pizza place. It's supposed to be very good. I thought I might get one delivered.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Extra pepperoni?
Please. I've got it.
One Four Seasons, one American hot.
Thank you.
Is that him?
Yes, it's him. The service executive in the mobile catering industry. Thank you very much, my good man.
You're supposed to give me a tip.
You're right. Never trust an Irishman with ginger eyelashes. Death list?
Lofty Brock, of course I remember him.
They're not saying I've done anything, are they?
He was a hero. He said, hell is here and now on Earth. I need a diaper.
I need a psychotherapist.
You wouldn't sell for a dishwasher, would you?
Once you get your teeth into something, eh, Davis?
I think the word is conscientious.
I think the word is a lot shorter than that.